You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Friday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
Let's get real. You know, we usually start with a little intro here. And
a little banter.
Yeah, but let's cut the bull. Just get right to what you came here for.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Here we go. We have got the bull testicles in the building. Tommy brought us in an array of sauces from Smoke and Barrel. Which one did you decide to go with there, Dalby?
Tommy mentioned that the Alabama white goes well on everything, so I've kind of got I've skewered my nut here on this steak knife. But like I said, I'm not gonna cut it or slice it, so I'm just gonna give it a good dab here. In the Alabama white.
I decided to go with the Carolina mustard.
Yeah, if you're looking for spicy, we have our sweet habanero.
You know what? I might put some of the sweet habanero because I'm thinking the spice.
This guy's just loading up on sauces over here.
Yeah. I'm just going to put a little dump on there.
There you go. Now you got the spiciest ball in town. You must be so proud.
All right, Tommy, we'll need some commentary from you here.
You said yesterday that you wanted to go first because you didn't want to risk eating after I threw up.
Yeah.
You're having some trouble there.
I'm trying to get my fork into it, and
it's watching Dalby try and get the knife through the nut.
It took a little bit of
some effort. She was rolling.
This thing is huge. All right.
Yours is just dripping.
I'm just drizzling over
dripping white.
All right, should we go? All right.
Are we going together?
Bon appetit, gentlemen.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's so
wow,
tough.
the crunch. That was a surprise.
That is
Do I have anything in my beard?
You are dripping white off that ball all over your beard.
That's not how I wanted this day to go.
The middle of it is like...
Can I see what the inside?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a hot dog inside wrapped in bologna. Interesting. Yeah.
It's a bowl in a blanket.
Yeah.
I'll say, the outside is very tough.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble getting stuff out of the middle.
Oh, okay.
The white sauce was an interesting choice.
Yeah, again, it looks like you hollowed out a hot dog.
What are you talking about? You got something you want to say to me?
I can't get it down.
I'm going to have to go knife and fork to get this whole thing in. No. I hate that I said that. I'm not a fan of that.
Initial impression. The smoke on the outside is really nice.
It's so
the inside
chewy.
Is so chewy.
Oh, my God.
I feel like...
Flavor profile? Comparable?
You know what? I'm going to try a bite with because so far, can I say, your Alabama white sauce, I should wipe my face,
yes,
is delicious.
Oh, good.
I got it in my
But what
beard.
what does the inside taste like?
It's kind of got a meaty taste to it.
Yeah. It's like you ever had a steak that you just can't chew?
Can't quite get through. Yeah, it's like the skin of the ball is like a fat cap.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hard to chew.
The outside is the best part.
Yeah, well, it just tastes like smoke, probably.
Yeah, the outside is fantastic, honestly, but it's the inside, and it's just looking at it that I can't get past.
This tastes like a hot dog. Honestly,
the inside looks like a hot dog.
Very hot dog flavors to the nut. I was worried I was going to puke. I feel like this is not bad.
You know what the surprising thing is, Tommy? If you had got this, and you just didn't tell us that it was a bull testicle, I wouldn't know. I'd be like, oh, is that like some tenderloin?
Some kind of a meatball? Some new addition to the menu?
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I've got a few more bites here. I apologize for eating and speaking at the same time.
Remember, you guys paid for this experience at home. $60,000, now $67,000, $68,000 for our friends at Breast Cancer Canada. I'm gonna try and take the rest of this. I got about a half here.
I got my last bite, and the skin came off on mine, which I feel like it was a mistake leaving that. Dude, look at that! Like,
I wanted to leave the full membrane on there. Remember,
there's like that veiny piece there.
Did you just say that the skin came off? Mazel tov.
I believe that's called ball sack.
You know, man, honestly, I think you should consider adding this to the menu. Or even, it's actually not that
even
bad.
Just the occasional feature.
Yeah. How about we call it bad balls?
Maybe for November, for Men's Health Month. Balls on the menu.
The skin is
it's very chewy.
I can't even rip it apart. And I know this is all audio right now. We will have a video up on Facebook later for you guys.
I honestly think that my worst fear has come true. I would eat that again. And now I have to be the guy who goes into a place like Pig and Olive and says, can I get some more balls?
How much did these go for, if you don't mind us asking?
Oh, I have no idea.
He just
I have no idea. Oh, yeah, that was a gift from Al.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, Al.
Gift from Al at Pig and Olive.
Oh, my gosh.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I would like to know what does a ball run you these days, but I guess
We'll have to get Al on the line later on and find out. I would be curious.
That skin is just not wanting to go down, boys.
Yeah, it's definitely chewy, but I think it's worth the work once you get into it, you know?
Maybe take a big slug of the barbecue sauce to wash it down.
You know what I did?
Lubricate.
I got Dr. Pepper because I figured the 23 flavors would kill everything I didn't like. I'm not going to lie, Tommy. Fantastic job on you. A round of applause for Tommy here today.
If you won't add it to the menu, add it to the recipe.
All right,
you did fine.
Well, I got to give credit to Jamie for cooking it.
Jamie, you've discovered something here today. Well done.
You know what? Out of 10, what would you give it?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give that's a solid. That's an 8.
That's an 8,
especially with the Alabama white. Is it still in my beard?
No, you got most of it out of there.
Yeah, you got your ball sauce out of there. Don't worry.
Thank you. Oh, wait a minute now.
Thank you, Tommy, so much for doing this for us.
What about you? What's your out of 10?
You know what? I'm going to give it a 7.5, honestly.
7.5?
I would have given it an 8, too, but that skin just lingered there with the vein on the back. I felt it sliding down my throat.
Well, maybe next time there's a fundraiser, we could go a different route. We could try breading it and deep frying it.
Oh, there you go.
Sometimes you only need to try things once.
Oh, okay. I don't know if this was going to be...
I mean, what are you up to next weekend? I'm in.
Get Al on the phone.
Thank you so much, Tommy.
Yeah, my pleasure, guys.
It was way better than I expected it to be.
This was honestly, this was a treat and an experience.
And apparently it's really healthy from what people were telling us this morning.
I assume I'll just be jacked when I wake up tomorrow, right? All that protein, all
that vitamin D and B.
Absolutely. D and B all day.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It is Thanksgiving weekend, and in my family, we always do that classic thing where we go around the table and we say what we're thankful for.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to start my Thanksgiving weekend off by saying that I am thankful for all the people that listen to this show, the support that they give us, but mainly the support that they've given our breast cancer 50-50 this year.
Amazing.
And I know usually when you go around the table, it's all the generic things like I'm thankful for good health and my family, but also if I could be honest with you, I'm really thankful for memes.
Like internet pictures?
Oh, yeah. They help me keep distracted from this terrible place we call Earth. That's honestly one thing I am thankful for that I want to say.
You know what? On that same thought process, I am thankful for having friends in my life who have really messed up algorithms on social media that send me the super weird videos that they find.
You're welcome.
I don't want them on my timeline, but I will privately laugh at them in my messages.
I guess another thing I'd be thankful for is power tools. We've been doing some renovations at the house recently, and I couldn't imagine having to do all this acoustic.
Right.
It's insane.
I'm thankful that for some reason, I don't understand the science behind it, but my neighbor's tree with the big black and purple leaves has decided to start dropping them north instead of south this year. My lawn still looks great.
It's a great thing to be thankful for.
I don't know why it's different, but I'm thankful for it.
Final thing I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving is the fact that my mom finally listened to me for once and is scrapping the turkey, and she bought a ham this year. Round of applause for my mom for doing that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're getting a dud Thanksgiving dinner this year.
No, everybody knows that ham is superior to turkey.
Nobody knows that.
It is a way better option. I've talked about this many of Thanksgivings.
Oh, you wave the ham flag higher than most.
I know I have the other supporting hammers out there.
Listen, if ham was the superior Thanksgiving dinner food, then it would be the official food of Thanksgiving. But in all the advertising and all the marketing on TV and in movies, what's the food on the table, Brock?
See, that's just propaganda from Big Turkey. That's all that is.
Big turkey bought the holidays.
You've lived your entire life to think that turkey is supposed to be the Thanksgiving meal, when in fact, ham is indeed the superior.
The only time that ham is better than turkey is if you're the one that has to prepare Thanksgiving dinner. Because cooking a turkey sucks. But if someone else is cooking that knows what they're doing, the turkey is better.
Turkey's overrated.
That's just, it's so wrong, and you say it with your whole chest.
Someone had to say it.
You say it with so much conviction that it's crazy.
I have no problem saying
You're
it.
standing on the street corner yelling 2 + 2 is 10, and you don't see why it's wrong.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ham Nation is very vocal on the text line here this morning. Just saying.
Turkey erasure will not stand. There are so many people texting in that they prefer turkey over ham.
I will say it is nice to know who comes from a very rich family, because there's a handful of people saying that they are having both.
Which is crazy.
Must be nice.
How many people would you have to have at your table to have a turkey and a ham? It's got to be double digits, easily.
My family doesn't talk to each other, so it never happened.
A lot of people are texting in that they are traditionalists. They do turkey on the holidays. They call for turkey. Ham is meant for Easter, some people are saying.
Let me explain myself, because I'm getting attacked here on the text line from all you gobblers out there on my whole ham thing. And the reason why ham is more superior to turkey is the fact that it's less effort to cook, which means it's less stress.
So you're lazy, okay.
Less time in the kitchen.
Sure.
And you'll agree with me on this. Ham is way easier to slice than
Yes.
turkey ever will be.
That, I will give you, may actually be the only positive for ham, is that carving a turkey can get messy. It's a painstaking process, whereas ham, you are just shaving off meat from something you put in the oven for a bit.
Also, ham is way more affordable than a turkey is.
I mean, honestly, these days, nothing's affordable, so that excuse doesn't fly as far.
I'd say even some better leftover options.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Turkey is the king of leftovers. Ham leftovers? You're out of your mind. Also, I'll read a text here that I think ends the debate. This person texted in, my father choked to death on a ham. Haven't eaten it since, so I vote turkey.
I'll say this. I'd believe more people have probably choked on turkey because it's dry as hell.
It's not. It's only dry if you make it poorly. You're a bad cook.
You see, everyone's like, oh, I smoke my turkey. I do this with my turkey. I baste it, blah, blah, blah. It's always dry, and you know what pisses me off with all these gobblers out there? The other argument they have is, oh, well, the gravy's what makes the turkey good. It's the gravy that makes the turkey so good. That's like saying I find you sexier if I had a few drinks.
I mean, that's true with some people.
Turkey relies on gravy and side dishes.
It doesn't rely. Turkey is perfectly edible on its own. Good dark meat doesn't need gravy. Save the gravy for the mashed potatoes.
Turkey's like a relay race competitor. Ham is Usain Bolt.
The idea that you're comparing either of these foods to running when both will put you to sleep at the end of a meal is crazy.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I'm getting attacked on the text line by all you gobblers out there.
Rightfully so.
And I feel like I had some valid reasons on why ham is superior to turkey.
When you called ham Usain Bolt?
Yeah, because it can go by itself. You don't need all the sides and stuff like you do with turkey.
But that's the thing. You don't need all the other stuff for a turkey dinner. Turkey is perfectly edible on its own if it's prepared properly.
It's like a UFC pay-per-view, you know? You wait all day, they hype it up, and then it doesn't live up to the hype. Conor McGregor gets choked out or something.
Ham is a Leafs game. You know what you're getting into, and it's probably disappointment.
It could be good. I will say this. A lot of people are texting in going, well, I'd love to see you stuff a ham. I'm going to blow your mind here for a second.
Yeah?
You guys realize you can have stuffing without turkey.
Well, no one's saying you can only have stuffing with turkey.
That's what everyone's... Oh, you can't stuff a ham. Sorry, I don't want to reach in a turkey's ass. What you guys do in your own homes is up to you, all right?
Don't make it weird.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I looked up some year supplies that have been given away in contests.
Okay.
And I want to see if you can get within the realm of what you think that is. Ben & Jerry's, the ice cream people, once did a year supply contest for ice cream. What do you think a 1 year supply of ice cream pints is?
Like number of pints?
Yeah.
And I wonder how much they estimate this.
That's the thing.
I don't know. I'll say 20 pints.
20 pints a
20
year?
pints.
You're actually low. They gave this person 52 coupons for pints.
Oh, so like a pint a week,
A pint a week is what they figured that the average person will go through a pint of ice cream 1 week. That is a year's supply.
If you're lactose intolerant.
Well, then maybe you could use product number 2 on our list here. Cashmere bathroom tissue is one of the big toilet paper brands.
Yeah.
Is actually in a contest right now if you go through their website where you can win a year's supply of that. What do you think a year's supply of toilet paper
Are
is?
we talking about per toilet paper or per package?
I have it figured out for both. So.
Okay. So it usually comes in there 12, 24, depending on the size that you get.
Yeah.
Guess it depends on how much Taco Bell you eat. I'll say they'll give you 20 packs.
20 packs? Way under. Way under. You get $300 in coupons to use at your discretion, right? Whenever you need it, you get the coupon. But based on the price right now at the local grocery store, that turns into 240 double rolls of toilet paper.
Yo.
They assume you're going through 240 in a year.
You're going to be good wiping for the rest of your life, let alone a year.
I will never be so clean.
We go to Costco like twice a year and stock up
The
on
big giant packs?
Yeah, and we good. That's more than enough. What is this, during the pandemic?
This is right now, 2024.
Oh my God.
I got one other one that's a year's supply. It's a beer for a year. There's some book publishing company that is doing a beer for a year promo. If you buy this book that they've released, you get entered for a beer for a year promo.
Okay, I get you.
How many beers is beer for a year?
And are we talking cases or are we talking single beers here?
Single beers, cans. How many beer cans is beer for a year?
I feel like I'm going to sound like a degenerate. I'm going to say 1,000 beers.
1,000 beers is beer for a year?
Beer for a year.
According to this company, it's 96.
Night.
You get an 8-pack of beer every month as part of a subscription that you get for free.
Saturday night watching the Leafs game, buddy.
96 beers.
They don't even have 99 bottles of beer on the wall?
3 short, my friend.
That's baloney.
Podcast exclusive.
You know, I found some other things that instead of a year supply, this is a lifetime supply. I want to see if you can get this. What do you think lifetime supply of gas would be?
Oh, man. I guess is that by the value or by like the gallon or the liter?
I will say this. It's a gas station company from down in the States that provides a gift card per month. So what do you think per month is gas for a lifetime?
I mean, I'm going to go with the biggest vehicle I can think of like a truck. So I'm going to say like $500 a month.
Dude, they said it was $100 a month free gas.
Get bent.
Which, like, hey, if you're gonna give me $100 a month in free gas, I'm not mad.
I drive a Chevy Trax and it cost me $80 to fill
That
up.
is not a lifetime supply of gas. That is barely a 2-week supply of gas.
Yeah. Maybe if you're driving like a Fiat or something.
You know the TV channel VH1?
Yeah.
They did a contest once years ago where it was Burger King for life. You would win the contest through VH1. They partner with Burger King. You would get Burger King for life.
Okay.
Now, I will say that their idea of for life is 25 years. So they're going with prison sentence definition. How much do you think 25 years of Burger King is worth?
$10,000.
Dude, 25 grand.
Damn.
What they did was if you won this contest, you would get in the mail a $500 Burger King gift card every 6 months. So you're getting $1,000 in Burger King a year for 25 years.
Dude, they better
out.
be giving you like some cholesterol medication on top of that.
I would never eat a Whopper again.
Yeah.
There's no shot. And the last one I want to ask you, so there's this charity. They're called the Center for Biological Diversity. They raise awareness for endangered animals.
Okay.
And to do so, they have some creative marketing on condoms. And when they first launched this, it'll be like, before things get hotter, think of a sea otter on the packaging for the condom.
Yeah.
They said that they would give 5 people condoms for life to sort of raise awareness for this campaign. So, what do you think? Say someone's 18 years old. What is a lifetime supply of condoms?
I mean, Probably only need them till you're like, what, your age?
Okay, first of all, fuck you.
That's when the well starts running dry, isn't it?
Just because I'm getting a vasectomy this month does not mean you're not out of pocket.
I mean, usually you're shooting blanks by your age, right?
Fuck you. Lifetime supply of condoms.
So whenever you're in your 40s, I guess. If you're using condoms in your 40s, like, get your life together,
You're
man.
such a piece of shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're using condoms in your 40s, stop cheating on your fucking wife.
It's 1,000, okay? It's 1,000 condoms is a lifetime supply. You asshole.
That's pretty good. That's more than I've had sex.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Big news in the world of video games. It's just funny to say that. You know the game Super Mario 64 from the old Nintendo 64 days? A new record has been set in beating the game. A player named Bubzia, which I love talking about video games because you have to refer to these people by their gamer names.
Yeah.
Bubzia set a new record for beating the game in just under 20 minutes, 19 minutes, 45 seconds. Blindfolded.
Damn.
Wearing a blindfold from start to finish, had the entire game so memorized, was able to finish all the levels, collect all the stars, beat all the bosses in 19 minutes and 45 seconds without looking.
But does he have a girlfriend?
That I cannot. He's got a Guinness Book of World Records certificate.
It's cool. But I'm just saying there's probably better things you could have done with your time.
It's hard for me to argue with you, but at the same time, like, what a thing. Like, this guy's got a Guinness record he can hang on his wall now. There's going to be people that are, because this is a huge community, apparently, that are going to be remembering him, trying to defeat him.
I guess.
And now he's done, so now he can go outside.
Yeah, you can take the blindfold off and see the world around him.
I mean, listen, is this any worse that you see videos all the time on, like, YouTube and TikTok and stuff of people, like, taking guns apart and putting them back together blindfolded? Is this any worse than that?
That's way cooler, to be honest.
Oh, come on.
That's an actual skill.
An actual skill? What do you? At what point do you need to blindfold and put a gun together?
I don't know. Talk to Rambo or someone.
Okay, I will admit, in the very specific instance of being John Rambo, that is an impressive skill.
Any soldier would agree with me on that.
I think the guy putting his gun together blindfolded needs to touch grass just as much as the gamer guy.
If you want to have a competition of like blindfold events, how about we get 2 UFC fighters out there? You put blindfolds on them. And you have them duke it out. That would be amazing to watch.
I think the octagon would have to be much smaller to corral them into action.
Wouldn't that be
another.
so funny to watch them try and feel it out first?
You know what you're actually suggesting here is professional wrestling, because that is a thing. A blindfold match is a thing that exists in pro wrestling.
Either that or we get a bunch of guys from the trades. I would actually love to do this. Have an event. And it's all different things that tradespeople do, but you put blindfolds on them. Oh. Like you have the hammer and nail contest.
Just a 2x4 full of nails, and you have to just like bam, 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 bam. Number of hits, how smooth they go in.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah. Whose thumb isn't broken by the end of it?
Yeah. I think if you're blindfolded and hammering, you got to keep one arm behind your back.
You could have that. You could have climbing a ladder.
Is that a blindfold thing? Do you need...
Some people would get scared going down it, at least.
Actually, you know what? 100%. Going up, I'm like, no, you just follow the rungs.
You got to do the whole thing of setting up the ladder, blindfolded, climbing up the top, and then, of course, you got to have the skill saw event.
Oh, how straight is your cut? How, close to the measurement is it?
Whoever leaves with the most fingers by the end of it. That's how you determine the winner?
All right, that would be way cooler than beating Mario with a blindfold on. I give you that.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got some great suggestions on the text line for the blindfold trade games. A lot of electricians saying just get a guy up to a box in the basement.
Yeah. See how much you can wire it up before you get zapped.
Someone said you could have a whole forklift operator thing.
Oh, a forklift obstacle course while blindfolded would be pay-per-view worthy.
But then even friend of the show Ashley said, why isn't there a cooking show where they have to be blindfolded?
Dude, imagine, first of all, you have the chaos of maneuvering around in a kitchen, using knives and heat and burners and all that stuff. That's going to be hilarious on its own. And then you're also having to do your best estimate for all of the ingredients you're putting in
for the measurements and everything?
So it's like super over salted, or you just got like way too much or
and
too
then
little.
Gordon Ramsay's yelling at you, "Where's the lamb sauce?" And you're like, "I don't know.
I can't see it, Gordon.
Help
me out."
We too got friend of the show, Claude, on the phone. Claude, what do you think would be an awesome event to be blindfolded?
Blindfolded car racing.
Wait, what kind of car racing, though?
Just an oval track.
Yeah, oval track I think is dangerous.
Well, you only got to make left turns.
Yeah, but when?
Exactly.
I mean, good point. I have watched people in this city drive, and most of them seem like they're driving with a blindfold on.
Left turns seem like the most dangerous thing to some of the drivers around here.
I guess maybe drag racing would be the best option.
That would be interesting, because normally you watch for the green light before you go, so it would have to be some sort of like a horn or something like that.
Yeah.
You're listening for your cue, and then you're just going straight.
Well, for another show, Justice just texted in, and he said, what if you did like a rally car racing thing where you had the driver blindfolded and then the passengers giving you directions?
I feel like you'd have to go like 5 kilometers an hour. Like, if you got any kind of speed, you're both going to end up upside down.
That's just how I feel driving with my girlfriend sometimes, but she's asleep right now, so she didn't hear that joke.
That's right.
Y'all keep that to yourself.
So no narcs.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Have you been following the journey of Lieutenant Dan, that guy out in Florida that's trying to brave the hurricane out in his boat?
Oh, the actual dude, not the dude from Forrest Gump.
Yeah, not the Forrest Gump guy.
I've kind of seen that there is a guy who's been on the news who's just like, if the water goes up, my boat goes up. If the water goes down, my boat goes down. This is where I'm safe.
The police, the mayor of Tampa have like tried to persuade him to get into a shelter, and he won't do it. And he's got some great clips up on TikTok and everything.
I'm not going anywhere. The safest place to be is on a boat to flood. Okay, we learned that with Noah. Everybody that stayed on land drowned. Noah and the animals lived. So I'm fine.
Do you have any animals?
No, I wish I did.
Okay.
Could use 2 females.
Okay.
The guy is an absolute character. A real Florida man, to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. I also love the idea of just being like, hey, Noah was fine, so I'll be fine.
The crazy thing is someone released, I guess he's been arrested over 40 times because he's a Florida man.
This man is known.
So they had all his mugshots posted online recently.
God.
And honestly, I think if there was an award ceremony, he's got to get Florida Man of the Year.
You think so? You think he's up there?
I don't know how they haven't done a Florida Man Awards yet.
Yeah, they did the Florida Man Games, and that was cool for like some Florida people to get their flowers. But you're right, there are so many other categories other than just athletics that maybe we should be recognizing Florida people
how
for.
many times in the run of a week do we have a Florida Man story about someone getting arrested? You could do best arrest.
Best.
Right? Best arrest, best theft, or funniest theft.
I was going to say, would any of these be best, or would they all be worse? Depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Best fight or worst fight, I guess.
Oh, best fight would be a good one, because you could have it from different angles of like, this one was just super funny. This was actually a good back and forth.
Weirdest pet. There's always people keeping like alligators in tubs or snakes, whatever it is.
Yeah, like a Florida pet story of the week would be good.
Most DUIs.
That one I don't think we should turn into a competition, if only because it might inspire people to try and run up their numbers.
You don't get an award, you just go on stage and you get a public.
Shame.
That's the prize.
Yeah.
We're recognizing their behavior, but we're also trying to curb it. I like that.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Man, looking at those mugshots of Lieutenant Dan, 40 different arrests over the years. Gotta say, the guy, he's aged pretty well.
Well, I mean, this is like because we have yearbooks and stuff like that when you're in school, so you can see those annual photos that really give you a progress of you going through your awkward teen years. He just took it to the next level of like, let me get an annual documentation of my adult life as well.
For a criminal, I'm not gonna lie, he's doing all right. If you want to see the mugshots for yourself, text Dan to 762-555. We'll send it your way.
Of course he's doing all right. He gets to come in out of the Florida sun and spend 3 to 6 months inside with fresh meals every day.
Getting arrested 40 times is wild. That can't be. I wonder what the world record for most times being arrested is.
I would have to assume that it's more than that, but I would
give it a
say,
Google here.
if I'm going to guess, while you look this up, I want to just take a wild stab. I'm going to say it's less than 100.
Less than 100?
Less than 100 lifetime arrests. 100 feels like, really, that's too much.
Are you ready?
Okay, you found it?
This is actually a Guinness World Record.
The Guinness people are on this.
So what did you say?
I said less than 100. I'll say just to... Oh, it's more?
Take another guess.
137.
Lower. Yeah, I mean higher.
Higher.
You're low, way higher.
Just one is wrong.
You ready for this?
342.
There is a guy, Tommy Johns of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia,
Okay.
who had been arrested 3,000 times for being drunk and disorderly.
Hang on. 3,000 times.
Now, this world record has been held since 1988. So I'm assuming it was a different world where, get arrested and released.
Yeah. It's like fishing. Catch and release. You just got to throw them back in.
I just imagine that they're like, Tommy.
Like, you would have to know all the officers by name at that point. Mm-hmm. All the bars would be like, here comes Tommy. Someone get on the phone.
Like you're a regular there?
You're a regular in prison. Mm-hmm. Like that dude, at 3,000 arrests, you're spending more time there than at work.
I would love to see the mugshot collection that guy has.
Do you think at some point they just stop taking pictures? Like, we have your fingerprints, Tommy. We don't need to do this again.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, they don't even put the handcuffs on him anymore.
He just walks in.
Yeah.
He's pretty chill. He knows what's up.
That mugshot collection, I'd love to see it at his house. It's going up the stairs like a mom with like the school year photos.
Do you think they had a cell just for him, reserved like this? Hey,
like it's like the presidential suite,
right.
But it's like the Tommy cell.
Some new rookie cop is bringing someone in off the streets. I just found this guy breaking into cars. I'm gonna go throw him in the cell. Hey, not Tommy's cell.
Show a little respect, all right?
Show a little respect to a regular.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store, with all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.